You and I know this is going to spark major debate. Following Portugal's World Cup exit, Cristiano Ronaldo told the press that winning the Euros is equal to a World Cup right after Spain knocked them out. In the round of 16 by a score of 1-0 in this 2026 tournament. This defeat ends the World Cup journey for the Portuguese star, leaving his dream of lifting the ultimate trophy as an unreachable fantasy. Despite obvious frustration at the final whistle, the 41-year-old forward maintained his usual firm stance by refusing to reveal his future plans. He insisted on staying silent while the emotions of the defeat remain highly raw. "I cannot guarantee if this was my final match for the national team. I never make rash decisions fueled by anger or sadness. Right now, deciding whether I continue with the squad is not our immediate priority." He confirmed this was his final World Cup campaign, but said he needs time to evaluate. It is the first time the veteran striker has left his international retirement unresolved after this 2026 tournament. Many assumed this tournament would mark his final international appearance. Yet after the painful loss to Spain, the forward said nothing about stepping down. The door to play in the next Euros remains wide open. The 2028 tournament remains on his horizon regardless of age. The legendary goalscorer also shared his frustration in a resigned message admitting it hurts to exit the World Cup like this despite giving his all on the pitch. He declared he leaves with a clear conscience, having given everything for the team. The veteran striker finds comfort in knowing he left absolutely nothing on the pitch during his active minutes of play. For the talisman born in 1985, the outcome does not overshadow his relentless effort. With complete calm, the Portuguese icon added that as long as he plays professionally, his commitment remains absolute. He claims immense pride whenever he wears the national colours. It has been 23 years of international service defending Portugal with endless passion, stating that representing his country on the pitch remains unmatched. At full time, he felt a mix of bitterness and deep relief. From his analytical perspective, an athlete who gives their absolute maximum on the field deserves no blame or criticism for the result. It is a highly specific excuse to justify his performance, suggesting raw effort shields him from tactical critique. For nearly 2 decades, wearing the national jersey has been his ultimate source of pride. Despite winning every club trophy, possible scoring, and winning for his country remains unmatched. Yet to deflect from his lack of World Cup trophies, the forward points back to historic achievements. He highlights past triumphs to defend his legacy, arguing his international career cannot be deemed a failure simply because he never won the World Cup during his historic run. He notes that before his debut, Portugal had won no major honours. He claims their 2016 Euros victory is his greatest international achievement, equating it to a World Cup, a claim that shocks the footballing world. It is an argument the striker repeats to downplay the biggest missing piece in his trophy cabinet. That 2016 triumph was a historic milestone, crowning Portugal champions of Europe. That feat launched their golden era, followed by a Nations League title to solidify this generation. However, no matter how hard he tries to equate the Euros with the ultimate prize, the truth remains painful. Never lifting the World Cup remains a glaring omission. This 6th World Cup campaign was his final shot on the grandest stage. This unfulfilled dream leaves an indelible void in CR7's legendary career. In stark contrast to the player's stance, the Portuguese media openly blasted the national team following their exit against Spain. Major sports outlets across the country voiced their fierce disappointment. The influential outlet Ebola went as far as publicly demanding the end of his era, stating enough is enough. The paper devoted extensive analysis to dissecting the tactical failures of a star-studded squad that made a premature exit. Their report targets the overconfidence of Portuguese Federation officials, arguing that pre-tournament arrogance fueled unrealistic expectations among the nation's passionate fan base over recent years. The narrative was built that this World Cup was destined to be theirs, boasting an unprecedented midfield talent pool in Portuguese history, hoping their star player would silence the doubters once again. That immense pressure ultimately took a heavy toll on team chemistry. On-field performances raised doubts early in the group stage. Out of their matches in this World Cup, the Portuguese side delivered 2 tactically poor displays. Those flaws were highly visible against the Democratic Republic of the Congo and Colombia. Despite elite individual talent, team play lacked fluidity, proving insufficient against a setup that was defensively and offensively unbalanced. Players crowded the midfield due to Roberto Martinez's tactical choices. His insistence on forcing the partnership between CR7 and Bruno Fernandes hindered a playmaker who looked far from his dominant Premier League form. This lack of tactical flexibility ultimately caused their exit. Critics blame Martinez for his rigid approach structuring the entire attack around a 41-year-old forward instead of prioritizing a dynamic modern system. Analysis refutes the claim that this is their greatest generation ever. Comparing this squad to legends like Maniche or Ricardo Carvalho, who shone internationally in 2006, is absurd given current results. Martinez's biggest strategic error was leaving Gonzalo Ramos on the bench during the crucial clash with Spain. This complete failure to read the game's tactical needs heavily compromised their chances. Leaving the striker out in the second half while Spain pressed relentlessly broke the media's patience with the coach's ongoing roster management errors throughout the tournament. The young Portuguese forward boasts impressive club statistics, delivering goals and assists in limited minutes. His presence inside the box would have offered a vital aerial threat, but coaching staff chose passivity against dominant opponents. This alarming tactical passivity completely neutralized the attack, sealing a painful exit. Leading editorial analyses are now demanding the manager's immediate dismissal to launch a total squad rebuild. It is time to end the Martinez era, which concludes with zero notable achievements. His leadership proved far too conservative, lacking tactical answers when the stakes were highest. Before the tournament, the coach relied on superstitions about the number 6 only to exit in their 6th game, to a goal by an opponent wearing that exact shirt number. 2026 football demands real tactics. A squad loaded with world-class talent from elite leagues lacked ideas under his command. Local press analysis also targets Cristiano Ronaldo's display, suggesting that any rebuild must go beyond just changing the manager. If the technical staff changes, the starting lineup must follow. Now is the time to develop young talent, acknowledging that a backup role does not fit the veteran striker's historic profile. Questions remain over how Portugal would play with more tactical freedom and without the obligation to start their veteran forward every game. This puzzle will remain unresolved in the post-tournament autopsy. The generational debate has exploded online. While analysts agree a transition is necessary, fans blame poor tactical planning. Only time will tell if Portugal can successfully build toward a new era. Even former international teammates suggest this transition could elevate Portugal's collective play. For the current squad, it is a massive opportunity to establish a new tactical system, finally moving away from the heavy reliance on individual stars of the past. They boast highly talented prospects and seasoned veterans perfectly suited to lead this rebuild. Naturally, the historic influence of their legendary star still dominates the narrative, which is expected given his unparalleled trophy cabinet in world football. This is the perfect moment for new leaders to emerge. Let us analyze together whether ending this era signals an exciting new chapter for a Portuguese team that must urgently rebuild ahead of the upcoming European Championships. Despite press criticism and warnings from former teammates, Cristiano Ronaldo refuses to step down. Without an official retirement announcement, fans must prepare to watch the legendary attacker lead the line once more in Euro 2028. It is a tournament the iconic forward himself has ranked alongside the World Cup. Until he decides to walk away, the final curtain cannot fall on this dramatic 23-year international football saga.